There's Sheree.
Your mic.
I wonder where I was coming from. Welcome everyone to another edition of We Love Rare Grooves. That's right.
He thought he was on his own Zoom at home. I don't know what the hell he
I did. I was back.
I guess we were all looking for them seeds, huh?
Yeah, exactly.
Welcome, our listening audience all over the globe, for another edition of We Love Rare Grooves. Coming to you live from the studios of Burbank, California on the UBN network. That's United Broadcast Network. UBNGo.com, Channel 1, the #1 broadcasting show in all the land. So, as we do here every Monday night, I'm your host, C. Mose. As we say, we bring you the music of the magic and the magic of the music every Monday night. We want to get the show started. I can't do it without my great cast and crew. Every Monday night, we start off with the world famous DJ DeVoe from the beginning. My man, what's going on?
Hello, We Love Rare Grooves family. Happy Monday.
Happy Monday.
What's going on, family?
Hey, baby, it's going good, man. I see you was doing your thing on Saturday at the Pan African.
Yeah, we got
Pan
it
African
in.
Film Festival.
Uh-huh.
How many years is this for them now?
They started in 1992.
All right, so do your countdown from 92.
Is that
Almost 20 years.
30 years?
Almost, no.
Almost 30? Almost 30.
21 and 8.
Yeah,
is 29,
it'll be 30 next year.
Right, older
Right.
than you.
No, not quite. No.
So they had a good time.
Is
then.
my
Yeah,
mic
yeah,
on?
they had a good
Is
time.
my mic on?
Yes.
Okay.
And then we had the dance party.
Yeah, Reg put it down, my
The
brother.
world famous DJ Reg. We had a party.
Party. Happy Monday, everyone. Happy Monday.
Happy
Man,
Monday.
you did a fabulous job, man. Folks are used to seeing DJs now because of the situation with Zoom, but they ain't used to seeing a DJ just doing the videos.
No.
Yeah.
It felt like I was a video soul, man, with a little bit of MTV with
Felt like I
Five
was in a
Freddy.
nightclub.
Right.
Oh.
We was in the club doing it, man. So I'm very proud of you, brother. So what you doing, man? I'm talking to you.
I was trying to get him closer to me, and he looked at me like, please.
Hey, it's so nice. We're gonna do it again, though, right? April 10th.
April 10th.
Saturday, April 10th.
Yeah.
April 10th, okay.
April 10th, yeah.
We gonna celebrate.
Along with my, significant other.
Right. So we're gonna have another party. So
Party.
if you missed this one, the Groove Party will do it again for you.
Yes.
April 10th, you'll get more information about it.
Right. And we'll have 2 DJs.
Okay.
Officially.
DJ DeVoe.
DeVoe, yeah.
And then we got the consultant, Robert A.
Robert.
Robert. You got to know your soul.
Yeah. We getting ready to celebrate Mo history.
Mo history.
Mo
Mo-
history,
Mo-
Mo women history. And these sisters can tear it up. And so I'm really excited about just sharing the musical magic that they've got. And going to be with us tonight. So
Absolutely.
we're ready.
We ready, and then we got the beautiful and talented co-host, Miss Shantini Irene. Hey.
Hey.
Yabba dabba doo.
Play it for life, y'all.
Thank you so much for being here with us tonight. We
Yeah.
appreciate you and all the work that you do to make the show what it is today.
Oh, well,
And all
thank
you guys, I wanted.
You sound like that was hard for you to say that. You sound like you were constipated or something. Was that hard for you to get out?
Yeah, it was.
Dang,
it really
boy,
was. It was
she
hard
went
to
there,
get
didn't
out.
she?
Yes,
She went
did.
there.
Like he was
No.
holding it. Like,
I gotta tell her that.
Yeah.
Tell her that so many times. But welcome.
I'm so
to the-
happy to have Miss Sheree Brown on again tonight. It's going to be one hell of a night.
Yes.
We're gonna take them.
We
A
love
night
it.
to remember.
Hey.
Yeah.
Get ready.
But before we go in
A
and
heavy
introduce
hitter.
our guests and do this world released and latest CD release party jamming with sisters on the guitars, we want to share a little bit of, one of our former Groove family
one of our
members.
alumni.
Yes, the Troop family.
Yeah.
Lost one of their members.
Reggie Warren. Yeah, he was so great. We had such a wonderful time with him. This was back in 2015. That reminds me how long we've been doing it.
Yes.
What?
And we all were crammed in the RMC with Troop,
Right.
who I grew up listening to, and they were very pivotal in R&B music in the 90s. And it was nice to have them. And he gave us a really nice shout out about places
Go ahead,
like this
Tony.
keeping their music alive, and that if it wasn't for
Thank you for doing what you're doing too, man. If it wasn't for you, we wouldn't have a avenue to display our own news songs or whatever. We wouldn't have no avenue if it wasn't for people like you. DJs and everybody, I give it up to. So everybody in the house, and I give it up for the DJs.
Hey, there they are. It's all a collaborative effort, man.
DJ.
Yeah, so we want to honor him and thank him for.
So our condolences goes out to the Troop family. Stephen is part of the family. John, their publicist Tanya, and all of his family and friends. We just take a moment, man, and may he rest in peace. And just thanks for his contributions that Troop has done for the musical world here. And also my man, Marvin Hagler.
Yeah, R.I.P.
Yeah.
Wow.
Marvelous,
That's
Marvin.
crazy.
And did
Marvelous.
this controversy is still there. He got robbed at that Sugar Ray fight.
Well, it wasn't.
Is that what they still saying?
Yeah.
When he hit him on top of the head, he did he did that little rock of the head. Oh no.
Dang, that's when
Okay.
heavyweights and boxing was just
Yeah.
Middleweight.
Yeah.
Middleweights.
sorry.
Hagler,
Boxing in general. was
Hagler
a-
Hearns, when they first,
Yeah.
that was like
All
That
time.
was
Yeah.
prime time entertainment.
they came out bombing on each other.
For 3 rounds.
That's the greatest
best
fight
one.
I've personally seen.
Seen, yeah.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I personally. There might have been others, but that was.
Come on, you didn't think that Holyfield Tyson fight was the greatest thing you'd ever seen?
Nah, not according to this If you ever watched that fight,
I'm only kidding, guys. Snip, nip, nip, bite, bite.
And then we want to give our love every Monday night to our sponsors, Beverly Boy
Beverly
Production.
Boy.
And right now they're looking for production assistants. So
Are they?
give them a call. Yeah, right now they're looking for project managers. So join their team. They're hiring right now in Orange County. So give them a call, 1-800-385-1243. You want to go ahead? Let's give them
Sure,
some
hit
love.
that one
Now,
more time. Hit that
would
one
they
more
be-
time.
1-800-385.
would our boy Kel be
12,
willing
40.
to do adult entertainment?
Oh my God. No OnlyFans. No OnlyFans for you, DeVoe.
We can move right to North Hollywood. Move,
Oh
move
my
to the
God. Chatsworth.
right, the entertainment
The porn
capital of the world.
All right, so we're gonna go ahead and give them some love there, and we're gonna start our show once we have Beverly Boy, their new 30-second commercial they did for us.
And we'll be
Check
right
it
back.
out. We'll be
Nice,
right back
nice.
in a groove second with our guest.
If you want an amazing, high-quality video, definitely go with Beverly Boy Production.
Team Beverly Boy is so dynamic.
What keeps you coming back to Beverly Boy is trust. They know what they're doing.
I look at them, those guys as my team. That's my video team. If you're considering hiring Beverly Boy Productions, just do it. You don't really need to look much further than Beverly Boy. Give them a call. They will make sure your vision shows up on screen.
We're excited to help you with your next project, so drop us a line and let's connect.
Welcome back to We Love Rare Grooves. Give us a call at 323-524-2599. Streaming live on the UBN Go Network, Channel 1. Also, Facebook Live, YouTube, Twitter, and Periscope. So you can see us on all those formats. So right now, coming back to the Groove Studios, we are very excited. We're ready to have a great time tonight. We're going to do what we call a CD release party for the one and only singer, songwriter, musician, producer, teacher, educator. She's going to be sharing her latest music, Message from the Spirit, the Collective. She's an artist and a multi-talented artist at that. She's worked different projects, worked with Patrice Rushen and many others, Jim Gilstrap, just to name a few. And we want to welcome back to the Groove Studios. And we're excited to have her, Miss Sheree Brown. Welcome to the Groove Studios. And she has some friends tonight, as we will be introducing them as the show goes on. But right now, the camera is on you, Miss Brown. What's going on, my dear?
It's beautiful day, evening.
Yes,
you
it
guys
is.
Are going. You're the ones.
She panned to them records. She wants y'all to know what's up.
Right. Tell us about this in the background. I see some records.
You see some gold records back there.
Talk about that and your new CD, and we're gonna have some fun tonight.
That's awesome. Let me see. There's Jeanne's Groove thing. There's one for the publishing, and then there's a gold album for me as the co-writer of the song.
Mm-hmm.
Then there's an Emmy nomination certificate. I got nominated for an Emmy Award. Wow. And then I have some ASCAP awards behind here. And this little blue plaque here, I got that in 1982.
Almost.
From the Black College Radio.
Wow.
For the most popular new female artist of that year for the Black colleges.
Excellent.
And then she forgot that one in the back.
We're gonna wait for the end for that. We're gonna do that at the end. We say the best for last, as we do that.
You'll see at the end the best
for last. So is now. Your last release was on Capitol Records? Was that?
My last big release.
Right.
I had a couple of independent release. So my last independent release of it got a lot of mileage, called Messages from the Heart.
Mm-hmm.
An Extension of Love. It was
Okay.
put out by Expansion Records also. That came out in 2013, 2012.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
And now today... And today we have Message, the new Message.
Messages or Message?
Messages from the Spirit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And the album is The Collective, and the book is called, it's Messages from the Spirit. So the book won't be out until the fall.
Mm-hmm.
And the music, we decided to put it out prior to the release of the book. And because the music features, it actually is dedicated to each woman. It's honoring each woman who tells their story in this book. They're young adult women who've overcome life challenges. And so we dedicated a song to each woman, their story and their chapter. And that's the same format that we use for Messages from the Heart Project. But this one's different because some of the young ladies that are actually telling their stories, the song that is dedicated to their story, they're actually featured as a singer and or writer of that particular song that's dedicated to them. So I'm doing a number of duets, and there's a number of them that are featured just by themselves. So it's awesome. You know, I'm with it's a collab effort with my seasoned buddies. Patrice Russian's involved with it, and Jim Gilstrap, and there's Dwight Tribble, and then coming together with a number of young, talented musicians and singers and writers and producers. That makes this more special to me. And even my children are involved. My daughter and my son. I have 2 nieces and a nephew. And they're really talented. It's not just because they're family. That's what they do. It's part of some of the things that they do. And I'm excited about it. The stories are just so touching. And the whole goal was to uplift and inspire. And all of those who were involved, especially the storytellers, their whole thing was that they could not wait to get their story out in hopes of being able to inspire other people. So, you know, during this evening, I'll tell you some of the names. You know, by the time we finished the evening, we'll have talked about all the names of those who have written and then those who are participating in the project. There's a young man that works with Dr. Dre. He worked on Anderson .Paak's album that just got a Grammy. And there's someone else that is the younger brother of the late Roy Hargrove, and he works with Solange. There's a young man who is, I might as well mention the names, so I don't have to go over it again. Well, we're
going to go
along.
As we go along, we're going to bring them in.
You tell me, because you know once I get started.
Right. No, I understand. And you had the list. We went over it. We practiced this, so we're going.
But that was like the best list anyone's ever sent us for, to create a show. We've never had anybody send us that detailed of like.
Well, because it was going to be her CD release, and she wanted to make sure we get everything covered. Some
of the folks I didn't mention, so I'll mention them quickly during this show. So you just keep me. I know you all keep me on focus.
So right now we're going to let you introduce something that's doing well. The first official video from it. So I want you to introduce "Take a Walk with Luvv."
Give me a second.
DJ video. So what inspired you to do a collective of messages of the spirit? What was the inspiration behind this and to get everybody on board?
Just bringing everybody together, all the ages. The thing that's really something is a number of the storytellers and some of the singers and musicians and writers were children in my children's choir when they were little.
Right.
So now they're young adults and they're participating in my project. It's like a whole circle. And so my whole thing is always been to include as many folks as I could, and especially young folks. So as I become more seasoned, my desire to do that gets greater, and it's nurturing to me too, because there's something about that youthful spirit. I'm thankful that I have a youthful spirit, I think still, but they kind of keep me on track and keep me updated, and I thought it just would be a nice mixture of the more seasoned and the new.
Now, besides Patrice, is there any other USC people that are on this one?
Yes. There's a number. It's just full of them. There's the gentleman I was telling you about. In fact, since you're getting the video ready, this particular song is called "Take a Walk with Luvv," and I co-wrote it with a young man named Marcus Paul and another young drummer named Patrick Jarrett Jr. And Marcus plays the horn, but the three of them co-wrote the song. Marcus played the horns on everything, basically, and he arranged the horns, and he sings and he plays keyboard. So there's another. So Marcus went to USC School of Music. There's the keyboard player on this cut His name is Marcus Pettit, and he went there. The bass player who also plays the electric guitar on it. His name is Michael McTaggart. He went to USC.
Right.
They all graduated from USC School of Music. And then there's a percussionist named Ed Cartwright. And then, the backgrounds on that song are done by Marcus Paul and myself.
Wow.
And I think that's, yeah.
This is clearly a integrated project like I haven't seen in a while. A little bit of everybody.
Multi-generational and everything.
Yes. And so this song, Take a Walk with Luvv, it was the first single that Expansion Records released. They released it February the 5th. And it made it to the number 1 spot on their new Soul Breakers. So it moved from like 12 to 8 to number 1. And then it made it to the number 3 spot on their main chart. It's the top 30 Soul UK charts.
Wow.
And so today I looked, and the album just entered in at, I think, 14 or 15, I think, on the top 30 Soul chart. The album entry. So I'm out of 30. So I'm so excited. And so there are other charts that, because they're radio intensive over there. There are other charts that the song and the album's on.
That's huge, because in UK they don't, they're very big on soul and they know good soul music. So to be on the charts over there is a big deal.
Yes,
That's
and this
huge.
video was directed by a young man that I've known since he was little. He calls himself Imhotep X.
Okay.
And so I have a partner named Brenda Hewitt, and she and I co-produced the project. But Imhotep, he directed it and edited it.
You ready? Okay. Hey, Sheree. So this is what we're going to do. We ready?
What? Yes.
All right. This is the latest.
Introduce us the video.
Right. Introduce the video for us. We're ready. The latest release here on We Love Red Grooves.
Take a Walk with Luvv by Sheree Brown. Written by Sheree Brown, Marcus Paul, and Patrick Jerich.
Birds in the sky fly high. Have you ever wondered why? Don't have to try hard, the answer will come with time. Strolling like a breeze, blowing through my mind. I think I'll take a walk with love. You can never love till love's enough. So let it fly just like a dove. I think I'll take a walk with love. Just like honey and bees, and all the fish in the sea. When it comes to love, there is a deep meaning. When love is true, it's not a passing thing. I think I'll take a walk with love. You can never love till love's enough. So let it I hear music in the air. Up above my head, there is music in the air. Up above my head, music in the air. And I really do believe joy somewhere. All in my room, music everywhere. All in my home, music in the air. Up above my head, there is music in the air. Well, I really do believe joy somewhere. Up above my head, music in the air, music in the air. Up above my head, there is music in the air. Up above my head, there is music in the air. You know, I really do believe joy somewhere. All in my home, music everywhere. All in my home, singing like that. Up above my head, there is music in the air. You know, I really do believe joy somewhere. Oh yes, oh yes. Let's do that again. Up above my head, music in the air. Up above my head, there is music in the air. Oh, good Lord, I really do believe joy somewhere. You know, all in my heart, music everywhere. All in my soul, it makes me whole. Makes me feel so good. It makes me so happy. And I do believe joy somewhere. Well, above my head, thank God Almighty, music everywhere, up above my head. And don't you know, music in the air, up above my head, music in the air,
Honky my horn, won't you let me pass? I gotta hurry up 'cause I'm running out of gas.
So welcome back to We Love Rare Grooves.
We just pivoted.
Right. We're in Groove Studio number 2. Is it flowers in the background?
Plants.
Plants. Oh, we got plants
Like
and
the
everything.
view, kind of, sort of, you know?
Yes, we're our little
I like it.
solos now. You like it, huh?
I do.
Well, I want to welcome our listening audience all over the globe for tuning in tonight. As we're making the adjustment here in the Groove Studios, hit the United Broadcast Network, Channel 1. Give us a call, 323-524-2599. And also, you can see us streaming on our Are we streaming on YouTube? Not yet.
But we will be.
We will be on Periscope and Facebook. As we have our guest tonight with her latest release, Miss Sheree Brown, Messages
Of the Spirit.
The Collective.
Messages of the Spirit, the Collective.
That's right.
Yes.
We're gonna. This is the latest release produced only here on We Love Rare Grooves. And right now, Sheree, tell us the one video that we seen at the beginning, Take a Walk with Love. You said that is charting right now in the UK. Am I correct?
Yes, it made it to the number 1 spot on the Soul Breakers chart. And those are for new songs that are being introduced. So it
amazing.
12 to 8 to 3.
Amazing, and congratulations for that. We're very proud of you.
Thank you. But it also made it to the top 3 of their main chart, which is the big one.
Right.
It's the top 30 UK soul chart, and it made it to number 3.
Which is huge because so many older Northern soul songs still chart those charts. So to have new soul music charting is great. It's amazing. That's a huge deal.
Yes.
Especially for Women's Month, too.
Celebrating sisters on the guitars, on the axes. That's right. And you are one of those sisters, outstanding. Your career has been over 4 decades now and still releasing new music. And we're so very lucky tonight, and it's great to have you here to share it with us. As we said when you were here a few years ago, that once you had your newest release out, that we were going to do it here, a world premiere right here on We Love Rare Grooves. So right now we want to go into the next song that we probably failed it. That song didn't play, so
it played a little bit of it, so we got to play it again.
I want to thank you, Luvv.
Yes.
Okay, you want to introduce that along with the guest on that, and then we'll go in and play it if DeVoe is ready?
Yeah, I'll introduce it, and then we can hear it. It will be awesome. Then I'm sure that Sarah Lynn, who is the featured soloist on this song, she's also a storyteller for the book that'll be coming in, the forthcoming book, Messages from the Spirit, which will be out in later in the fall of this year. So her story is called Her Blue Shoes. And this is one of the songs. There's 2 songs dedicated to her in honor of her and her story. So this is one of them called I Want to Thank You, Love. It's a song that I wrote. And it's, and I produced. And then we have Stevie Cohen, associate producer. And then I'm playing the acoustic guitar. A young, awesome musician by the name of Brian Hargrove is doing the synths, and Stevie Cohen is doing the programming. And then, of course, Sarah Lynn is doing the leads, and she and I are doing the background. Okay. I want to thank you, Love.
DJ DeVoe, what you say? We're going to get a listen to I Want to Thank You, Love.
Especially in the spring, why do you do all the simple things that make me want to sing? When there was stormy weather, you were right there. You fixed my broken heart, showed me that you care. Your love is everywhere. I wanna thank you, love, for when I cry. You're the one who made me better, wipe the tears from my eyes. Thank you, love. You're the reason why love kept running like a river. The times I failed when I tried. Sitting in my room, over till you stepped on it. And like a best friend, through thick and thin, I know you'll be there till the end. I wanna thank you, love, for when I cried. You're the one who made me better, wipe the tears from my eyes. Thank you, love, you're the reason why love kept running like a river. The times I failed when I tried. Life is full of changes. Hold on and you'll see soon. But as much as time changes, there's always gonna be a new moon. So I wanna say thank you, love. You're the reason why love kept running like a river. The times I failed when I tried. Thank you, love, for when I cried. You're the one who made me better, wipe the tears from my eyes. I wanna thank you, love. Thank you, love. I wanna thank you, love. Thank you, love. Thank you, love. I wanna thank you, love. Thank you, love. For when I cried, you're the one who made it better, wipe the tears from my eyes. I wanna thank you, love. Thank you, love. Thank you, love. I wanna thank you, thank you, love. Thank you, love. Thank you, Lord. I wanna say thank you, love. Thank you, Lord. 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 For when I cried, you're the one who made me better. Wipe the tears from my eyes. I wanna thank you, love. Thank you, Lord. Thank you, Lord. Thank you, Lord. Thank you, love. Thank you, Lord. I love you. I do. I'm thankful for you. I love you. It's true. I do. I really do. Broken into tiny pieces. Doesn't really matter what he or she said. But you helped put me back together again. And you were like a really good friend. And for this I love you. I do. I'm thankful for you. I love you. It's true. I do. I really do. Wonder where do all the clouds go? But there is one thing that I do know. Soon again, the sun will shine. And it's just all a matter of time. I love you. I do. So thankful for you. I love you. It's true. I do. I really do. When the sun's not shining, it's still there. The dark clouds always go somewhere. You're the reason why in my life. You're the reason why there'll always be sunshine. I love you. I'm so thankful for you. I really love you. I love you. I really do. I do. I really love you. I love you. I really do. I really love you. I really do. I really love you. I really do. I really love you too. I really do. I really love you too.
Welcome back to We Love Rare Grooves. I'm your host, C. Mose, and we have Shantini Irie. We in what? The Groove Studio 2.
Yeah,
That's
we pivoted.
right. Yes, we have. It's kind of neat in here.
Yeah.
So where have our
Kind of
guests?
feel like we're on The View, you know.
So we
I
want
can be Barbara Walters.
We want to thank our guest tonight, Miss Sheree Brown, and guest and all her friends on her latest release, Messages
of the Spirit.
The Collective. So that was a great song there that we had, and we started out with I Want to Thank You, Love, and the guest speaker on that was Miss
Sarah Lynn Johnson.
So Sarah Lynn, tell us about the collaboration.
Hello, everyone. I'm so grateful to be here. The collaboration, my Aunt Sheree asked me to be a part of this project, and I really wanted to share my story because as a person who struggles with mental health diagnosis and addiction, I'm recovering from that.
Wow.
Is the sound still there? Microphone check, 1 2 1 2. DeVoe, then you.
Microphone check.
No, it's you.
We couldn't hear you. We can't hear you, Sarah Lynn.
You can't hear me?
There you go.
There you go.
Perfectly. Go ahead. Continue.
Okay, so did you hear anything I said?
Yes, you were talking about overcoming your addiction and how that was.
Yes, I celebrated 2 years clean January 4th. And thank you. And I also am recovering from mental health diagnosis. So all that is described in my story. That's a part of the book. So overcoming that and being able to still work with music as a part of my recovery.
Wow, that's a very powerful statement to make. Do you feel that, what influence do you feel your aunt has had on your life, and how did you add that to this project?
Oh, wow. So there's like a picture in the studio back in the day when I was just like 5, and I'm standing there next to her, and just, she's always included me in her music, and I really appreciate that because it encourages me to keep following my dreams.
That's wonderful. And we're talking about a family affair here tonight, huh?
Yeah.
What a great project you guys have. So now we're going to go to your.
Thank you. Thanks, Sarah.
Yes.
There.
Now, what was the inspiration behind that song? Do I Really Do?
The Do I Really Do? Well, that song was produced by this young producer and songwriter named John Redwine. He's worked with Chris Brown and Zendaya and a number of other young acts. He's a young adult, really nice guy, very talented. And so I met him and we talked about let's do this. So I wrote the song, and broken into tiny pieces. Doesn't matter what he or she said. It just encompassed what this project was about, and so I did that. And I'm playing acoustic. He's doing the programming, and he produced it with myself. But the thing that was exciting is Jim Gilstrap did the background vocals on it, and he helped to arrange the background vocals. And so I was introduced to Jim Gilstrap by the late Sarita Wright. We were very good friends.
Right.
And Jim and I have been friends since then. He's like my big brother. And but he has mentored me a lot, and we went into the studio. He did a number of arrangements. So I brought my, I didn't bring my guitar because I'm in my office music room. So I got my guitar in here. I had to take it out of the case. But I wanted to sing this song that I recorded on my first Capitol album, the Straight Ahead album. This song, Jim was there and he helped to do the arrangements, pre-arrangements before we even went into the recording studio. And probably a year before we even recorded the song at Capitol Records. And he did the background vocals with me and Patrice Rushen, and he did the arrangements. And so I wanted to do it tonight because this project is like going full circle. That album came out 40 years ago. So this is my 40th anniversary since that Straight Ahead album.
Wow, congratulations.
Thank you. And the music is still being played very nicely, especially in the UK and other countries. So I wanted to play the song.
Passing the Thing.
That I wrote way back then. And the lyrics are still very appropriate for now. And this is for you, Jim. Yes, cloudy sky, and the day looks gray, but it's just a passing thing. Tears like a river running down my face, but it's just a passing thing. Hey, hey.
Section 3.
Hey, hey,
Section 3.
Working late, not getting enough to sleep, but it's just a passing thing. Tears like a river running down my face, but it's just a passing thing. Hey, 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 hey. But everything's alright as long as we keep sight that this is just a passing thing. So I'm gonna dance and sing, 'cause this is just a passing thing. This is just a passing thing. So I'm gonna dance and sing, 'cause this is just a passing thing. 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 A passing thing. This is just way.
That
Wow.
was great. Wow. And it's been
This
40
is
years?
Yes.
40
decades.
years. 40 years. And the great thing is you can still get it. You can still get some of my old catalog. All of it you can. But Patrice Rushen arranged the strings and the horns on the original, on the recording of the song. So, I mean, you know, we go way back.
Our DJ was reminding us that his father used to put on school shows and productions, bringing music and arts to the schools, and that your album was one of the ones that he produced, right, or worked with. He worked with her with your record back.
Yes,
he did a school
yes.
tour.
His dad Dion. I actually was talking about your dad, DJ DeVoe, this week, in fact, because you know we're doing a mentorship program that is being that's being sprung from this project. And it's going to be focusing on young girls, preteens, teens, and young adults. And so I was saying how far back I've been very involved in wanting to be a mentor and actually doing it. And I talked about your dad. He actually produced the high school tour that I did. Right. So I went around to all the high schools and did a lip sync of one of the songs, signed autographs, and you know gave a little talk about staying in school and staying off drugs. It was fun.
Excellent. Hey, we're here on the UBN Go network. That's ubngo.com, channel 1. Also, YouTube Live. I'm your host, C. Mose. This is Shantani Irie, and we're celebrating Women's History Month with Sisters on the Axes or Sisters on the Guitars, and we're doing the latest release from Miss Sheree Brown. And we're going to go into some more music of some of the people that you're standing on the back of and share some of their music. And then we're going to come back and introduce another song. I think we have a Beautiful Girl. We do have Beautiful Girl, so we will be introducing that. So DJ DeVoe, if you want to take us away to our listening audience all over the globe, we're going to share Sisters on the Axe. Back in the day, give me some of that blues sound. Check this out, Miss Brown and your guest. This is going to be fun right here. We got coming up with Memphis Minnie.
Come on, you folks, and start to walk. I'm fitting to start my dozen talk. What you think about ain't on my mind. That stuff you got is the sorry kind. Now you're the sorry mistreater, robber and a cheater, slip your and your dust, papa and your cousin, mama duty, Lordy, Lord. Early this morning, when the sun began to rise, early this morning, when the sun began to rise, yes, I began to roll in trouble. I just couldn't be satisfied. My baby's gone, left me. Maybe you know just how I feel. My baby's gone and left me. Maybe you know just how I feel. I feel like a broke down engine, can't hardly pull this hill.
The beautiful thing is that you're beautiful, beautiful girl. You were born to bring blessings to the world, beautiful girl. They used to tell you you were not beautiful, talked about you, and I know it had to be rough. But your gentle spirit, that's what makes you tough. Though you give your best, sometimes it feels like it's not enough. The beautiful thing is that you're beautiful, beautiful girl. You were born to bring blessings to the world. Yes, you were. Beautiful girl. Beautiful girl. The beautiful thing is that you're beautiful, beautiful, beautiful girl. You're beautiful, yeah. Like the oyster doesn't know the value of its pearl. Beautiful girl. Sometimes you feel like you don't belong anywhere, and I know it seems like nobody seems to care. You created magic, not knowing that you're the star, yeah. Remember that you're beautiful just because of who you are. The beautiful thing is that you're beautiful, beautiful girl, beautiful. You were born to bring blessings to the world. You're beautiful girl. You're beautiful. The beautiful thing is that you're beautiful, beautiful girl, beautiful, beautiful.
Welcome back to We Love Rare Grooves. I'm your host, C. Mose, and we have Shantini Irie, DJ DeVoe, Pretty Tony. We're in Studio 2 tonight, making the adjustment, and that was just some great music that we just shared with you here on Celebrating
that
Women.
Flute and piccolo I heard in the background was great. Had a nice overtone, added nice overtones to the song.
And that's right, we're celebrating
Women's Month, and we're celebrating women's musicians and women. Today we are emphasizing women guitar players.
And that's why we're celebrating Sheree Brown's latest release. So tell us about something that the first song that we came into in the beginning there.
Which one?
We did Beautiful
For
Girl.
Oh, this one here. Okay.
Right, Beautiful Girl.
Yeah, in fact, Naila Porter's here with me, so you can talk to her too. She
Naila.
co-wrote this with me, and Sukari Reed Glenn is featured on the flute. She's an artist, a flutist, excellent. I felt very blessed that she was able to join us on that. Patrick Jarrett's on drums, Mark Spettek keyboards, electric guitar and bass, Michael McTaggart, and percussion's Edward Cartwright. And this song is dedicated to stories. Again, it's going to be included with the book. And there's a number of stories that are being told. Can I Leave Next Friday by Michaela Elizabeth Conley, and she actually is featured on that particular song. But I'm just giving you just a little summary of some of the other stories that we're not going to hear the music of. Since Beautiful Girl is going to be connected to my story called Beautiful Girl. And I did one chapter in the story from the mindset of being a young adult, where I was when I was a young adult. And I talk about something I went through as a young adult that was very painful for me. I'm not going to go into the details because you got to get the book when it comes out and read it.
She said you got to get
But I thought that it would be awesome to use that song to honor that story. And so what initially happened, and I'm gonna back up a little bit. By the way, there is a music video. When you get a chance, go to YouTube and look at that music video, because the theme of that music video really will encompass my story and this new mentorship initiative that for women that I'm working, young girls that I'm working on. Well, about 4 or 5 years ago, I approached this awesome singer, Naila Porter. I'd heard her sing a few times. I met her through some friends that we both had. But I didn't know her that well, but I just respected and admired her talent. So I said, wow, man, I just feel like there was just something pulling me to her. So I remember about 5 years ago, we went and had coffee at Starbucks, and I was explaining this story because the book, and because I've been working on this for about 3 years, right? But I had gotten together with her before I started working on the book, and I was using Messages from the Heart book as an example of what the new book would be and the music would be about, because we were going to use the same format and model. And so I said, you know what? I want us to write a song that we can impart some wisdom to those who are younger than us, those coming up, the little girls, the young girls, the teens, preteens, and especially the young adult women that this book is going to be featuring and honoring. And so I'm going to turn it over to Naila Porter so that she can share some things about it. But that's how we came about working on this song together. She co-wrote it with me, and she and I are doing the lead vocals in the background.
Welcome, Miss Porter, to the show.
Welcome to We Love Rare Grooves.
Wonderful to be here. I just got to say that, I'm from Winston-Salem, North Carolina. And so growing up, you hear your heroes and your sheroes, and you never think you're going to get to meet them. And so once I came to LA, been here for a while and on this musical path, and Sheree was a voice that I always heard. Sheree, Patrice, right? There were some others as well. And so to get to this moment where I meet her, and I've always just loved her music and her arrangements and her vocals and her musicality. And plus it was a Black woman who was a songwriter and a producer and a musician and holding her own. And that was just it for me. That was the model. So to have the opportunity to not only meet her, but then to have this kinship and sisterhood with her has been just everything. One of those things where you can check the box, you know. So I just consider it a great honor. And then when we did the video, the beautiful thing about that, is it okay if I share that, Sheree?
Yeah, sure.
The beautiful thing about the video is that, you know, Sheree's granddaughters are in it, my daughter, and it was just a full circle moment.
And a niece, one of my nieces, young
niece, that's right, and your niece,
16.
And so just to see that, you know, that all these beautiful young girls and babies, and you know, all together telling this story with a song that we wrote that really speaks to that moment, you know, of just all of them growing up in their individual ages. But I'm just, it literally brings tears to my eyes sometimes when I think about just how blessed I am to roll out here with not really knowing anybody. And then I get to hang out with my sheroes.
So do you feel that what do you feel you brought to the project and to this particular song, besides the generational influence of mentor and mentee? What other aspects do you feel you brought to the song, and what inspired you to produce and write this song?
I brought honesty. I brought, you know, what it means growing up in the South as a dark brown girl and always being told that you're ugly. And so I brought that, and just getting to a place where, you know, I love myself and have done the work to get through that. So then to have that culminate into this moment where, you know, I'm standing with one of my sheroes and, you know, just declaring our beauty before the world, and then to see our seeds, so to speak, our kinship, be a part of that as well. Yeah, it speaks to what can happen when, you know, when you love yourself.
Timing is fantastic with everything going on with the movement, and Black people appear to be more friendly, and you know, we see each other in the street and there's so much love between sisters, and so that's a wonderful.
I come from that because in North Carolina, everybody speaks to each other a million. You can see each other the same day 30 times, but you're gonna say, hey. So I come from that. So that was a little weird for me, honestly, when I moved out here and I saw that, you know,
the stand-up
transplant. It's the transplant.
But
right,
it's a
and
beautiful thing now.
standoffishness.
Yeah. Do people speak on the Hill where you come from in Pittsburgh?
All the time, because you know, when we all from the Hill, never work, never will, always keep a dollar bill. So we got to speak to each other so we can get that dollar bill. As we continue here on We Love Rare Grooves with Sheree Brown and guests and friends of this great project that you have, we want to take a moment and share someone else, another great guest that contribute to it. Pretty Tony, take me away. Miss Patrice Rushing couldn't be with us on camera, but she has a slight video, a nice video.
3, 2, 1. Hey, to all of my friends there at We Love Rare Grooves. What's happening? This is Patrice Rushing. Glad to see you. I wish I could be on the call with you tonight, but through the miracle of technology, even though I can't be there, I'm still there. And I really wanted to just stop by and say hello and be a part of this wonderful celebration of Women's Month, and especially to be able to give a shout out to my sister, Sheree Brown. So happy to hear that there's this great new release that is out and accompanied by some wonderful videos. And this is really cool because your established fans are looking forward to hearing new music from you, and your new fans, or those who will become new fans, have a lot to look forward to in terms of all this wonderful music and beautiful stories and everything. So congratulations. I hope all of you are doing well. I hope all of you are staying safe. And I hope that pretty soon we'll all be back together again to be able to share music as one big happy community and family, enjoying each other and enjoying more concerts. But in the meantime, take it easy. Love to all. Peace.
Wow.
Welcome back.
Another alumni of the show, singing her love, and you all's relationship goes way, 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 way back.
Way
I
back.
remember you talking about that before when you were here last with us.
So now we want to go in and show the video, I Choose Love, and we'll come back with your guest, Charles Bibb, as we hear I Choose Love from Sheree Brown. Why I want to call you Sheree tonight?
It doesn't matter. Sheree.
It doesn't matter? Call me anything, because as long as you play my songs. Play my music. Pretty Tony, take me away.
Been a long time coming. Always feels like I'm running from things in this world. And when it seems like it's over and the madness gets older for this girl, that's when it's time for just a little dose of love. That's what we all need more of. Some say it's hope, and others say it's joy. But I say it's time to choose love. And it is not the have or have not. And that is why I choose love. When I see people hurting, so many hearts heavy burdened, I ask myself why. And when life gives us trouble, we gotta not let the struggles take over our lives. That's when it's time to make up our minds and tell the world, don't give up on love. Some say it's hope, and others say it's joy. But I say it's time to choose love. And it is not the have or have not. And that is why I choose love. All over the world, what do we really need? Love's not always such a simple thing, but there's so much joy it brings. That's when it's time to make up our minds and tell the world, don't give up on love. Some say it's hope, and others say it's joy. But I say it's time to choose love. And it is not the have or have nots. And that is
Welcome back to We Love Red Groove with our guest, Sheree Brown. What a great video. I Choose Love. What a great video.
And I love the highlight of Lamert Park. I love the way you highlighted LA and the culture of, the black culture of LA.
The experience right there.
Yeah, Leimert Park, and there's so much of us in that area.
And tell us about, we're going to introduce the guest, the great artist Charles Bibb. Welcome to We Love Rare Grooves.
Oh, we gotta unmute him. Mr. Bibbs, you're on mute. There you go.
Am I on?
Yeah.
Can you hear me? Oh, okay. I'm not going to take a whole lot of your time, but I'm so excited to be here tonight to celebrate what Sheree has accomplished. But let me tell you a story. This woman came to me with an unthinkable thing for me to do, and that is portray love and the necessity of love. And I tell you the truth, that was so profound that I didn't even know where to start. So I had to reach back into my soul and bring out whatever I can. But let me give you some background on what I've done with the art industry as it relates to the music industry. So I have had the great opportunity to work with some of the greatest people in the business. Some of those people that I worked with was Ramsey Lewis, and I designed his Urban Nights series, and that was a challenge. To do that, Sheree outdid that one. I worked with Smokey Robinson, I worked with Frankie Beverly, and even one of my collectors were Frankie Beverly and Snoop Dogg.
Wow.
Okay. So, and then I've been related to the whole music industry in terms of events. So I worked with Rhino Records, Motown, the Blues Cruises. And I don't know if you guys know about that, but I worked with some of the oldest blues greats that ever lived. And the Tom Joyner Cruise. I worked with him in his fundraising activity for traditional Black colleges. So when she came to me with this job to translate into art what love is, I said at first, no, I don't think it can be done.
Right.
Because love is the solution to all things that are happening on this earth today. If we understood the power of it, why are we not practicing that? So I told her that I'll give it a try. And after about 3 or 4 months of almost giving up, I came up with something. And believe me, the day that I presented it to her, I didn't know what to expect.
Wow.
And she just let me know that this is just what she was looking for. So I was so elated, I was so surprised, and I was so grateful. And now it's going off the hook in terms of exposure nationwide.
Yeah.
So this piece has very potential to be one of the best sellers that we had on the market. So even the appreciation is starting to rise. So see, that's a surprise for you, Sheree. I didn't tell you that, but it's getting off real good. So, but that's it. And I just thank God for Sheree and her dedication to her craft, and I can't say any more than that. And I just want to thank you, Sheree, for allowing me to participate and be a part of what you're doing in terms of the arts.
Well,
it's my pleasure.
And
in
it's
fact,
a huge deal to have.
You
Mr.
may not,
Bibbs on.
if I may, you may not have anything that's enough to say, but it's not enough for me because I have to let everyone know that your art is in our home. It fills up the wall. You're my favorite visual artist by far for years. We have a friend that introduced us, a mutual friend who frames all of our stuff. His name is David Luvv.
Mm-hmm.
And so I can remember it was right before Christmas of 2018 or 2019, I think, right before Christmas. No, it was 2018 or 2019. you know, I'll speak for myself as I get older, you know, those dates start coming together. But anyway, so I said, you know what, I took out the book. In fact, David went and got the book for Messages from the Heart. And so my sister Celeste Brown Monster, she did all the art for the book. And so I was telling Charles, we're going to be starting to work on the new book soon and the music for it. And we're going to look and, you know, we're going to have art. It's going to have the same format. So then Charles said, well, you know, I did Ramsey Lewis's album. And I remember back in my mind, I remember seeing it. He said, maybe we can collaborate, you know, let the visual and the audio, the music and the visual speak to each other. And I was like, oh, and I was trying to be so cool, right? It's like, my favorite. And so it was really interesting because I remember, so Charles started sending me sketches, and I would get excited about every single sketch he would send. And he said, nope, that's not, you know, and, you know, I started talking more about it and be like, nope, that's not it. Nope, that's not it. And then there was this whole group of sketches, and he says, you know, just throw that all out. That we're not even dealing with that right now. He says, I came up with something. Love is. So what was happening while he was working on it? I was sending him snippets of the music, and he was sending me snippets of the visuals. And so the thing is, so what happened? Before Charles and I started talking about this collab, Patrice and I had gotten together, and I said, Patrice, let's write this song. Since 2010, I've been using this slogan, I choose love. Whenever there's a shooting, whenever there's a killing, whenever there's racial injustice, whenever I just feel like just, you know, going away, I would say I choose love.
Right.
Doesn't mean I'm not going to fight for what I should be fighting for. I'm going to keep on choosing love because love is going to conquer that hate.
Right.
That's the way it was raised. That's my experience, and that's what's going to continue, right? So I said, Patrice, so you know, you see, Patrice gave that the message to me. So she's sitting in her studio. So I was right there with her. She's at her keyboard, and I said, just, you know, I want a song that we do that's going to go out and touch the world. That's going to have a message, not just for us, but for the world. And it'll be about I choose love. And she just started playing. It came so spontaneous, and then I started listening to the chords, the melody, and I came up with the lyrics. It was something that was just magical, and so then I let Charles hear it. I was telling him about it when we were talking initially, and I said I choose love, and this is something that, you know, I told him the whole story, right? And so what would happen? Like Take a Walk with Love. The first song in the music video that you saw, for those of you who didn't see it, go to YouTube, look at Take a Walk with Love, because Imhotep X, who did the video, was able to capture some of the art sections of Charles's art. And Charles said, he said it intentionally. He did it that way intentionally. He said, I want it to be like a puzzle so that you can look at each little section and it says something about love and light and birds. So like when I was doing Take a Walk with Love, birds in the sky fly high. Have you ever wondered why? So I'm looking at his picture, you know, there's a bird at the top, right? And so then that's how that came up. And so a number of the songs are like that. And it just, you know, so he gifted me one of his paintings, and I had David to frame it, and he gifted Patrice one, and so it's framed. So mine is up on the wall, and so Patrice, I'm actually going to be delivering hers this week. But I mean, I'm gonna see if you can see any of this. Hold up. So I don't know if you can see it, but that's it. It's heavy.
Yeah.
But look at that. I mean, you have to get out and get it and buy it. So to have that happen, that just made, you know, it more magical, because the song I Choose Love. So the song I Choose Love.
Where can we buy the painting?
Charles will tell you it's his thing.
Yeah, you can call our studio.
Okay.
cbibs, cbibs.com, and call us, and we'll be glad to send you out one. But I want to say one thing, Sheree, that whole ideal of love was so universal. Okay, there was no way that you can artistically express love without including everything in our reality. And that means the fish in the sea, the birds in the sky, everything. If everything is going to work in concert, it's got to be through love. And we should never forget that. So, I mean, you can walk down the street and look at the grass and the trees. You see love because everything works together. And that's what a good, loving relationship is, working together.
Love is. That's a great phrase.
Love is, and that's it.
We thank you so much for. I have to tell you that when she told us that you were a part of this project, the both of us were like, Charles Bibbs, like what? So you are definitely a big deal to the culture and to, I've known about your work for many, many years. So we're so honored to have you.
Well, thank you so
Kicking
much.
it with
I have
us.
some of the work somewhere.
You have some of the work at your house? Oh, he's hinting that he would like an autograph.
Right. Thank you so much. This has just been a great show. I'm glad that we can be a part of this latest release CD, as we say, world premiere here on We Love Rare Grooves. And now we want to go into our final guest that we had this part of this collaboration and project, also Miss Patrice Williams. And this song that we're getting ready to play, ladies, is We Can Make It. And this is by the guest, Patrice Williams. We'll come back and talk to you guys about it. Let's take a quick little listen to this great song here, We Can Make It.
Love me for who I am. Don't have to understand me, 'cause I love you. Oh, you. So love me for me. It's nicer that way. It's nicer that way. I like it that way. Let's make it that way. Let's make it that way. Then we will find. We will find. There'll be only time for loving and caring and sharing dreams and growing, knowing and showing that we can make it. 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 I know there is a place always was out there for me. Took some time to believe, but I looked inside of me, and I saw it there. I saw it there. I welcomed it there. I welcomed it there. I took it from there. And made it mine. I made it mine. So that I could shine by loving and caring and sharing and growing, knowing and showing we can make it. That we can make it. 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 I know through the storm. we're looking for. We can make it when it seems all else fails.
Welcome back to the Groove Studios. We're live with Sheree Brown and her guest here, Patrice Williams, on another great song off of your latest collaboration. What's that? We Can Make It.
So, what influence did you bring, Miss Patrice? What production influence and singing and vocals do you believe you brought to this song?
Well, I would definitely say that I think that one of my purposes in life is to encourage people. And I think the lyrics to this song is right on time, especially the fact that we're in the middle of a pandemic and we're all going through so many different adversities. And I know firsthand, the importance of just looking within yourself and just remembering that we can make it.
Yes, we can. That's a perfect theme song and perfect timing for the climate that we're in. So this album seems to be very much right on time with the climate of women's empowerment and, the movement of Black Lives Matter and just Black people coming together and really supporting one another, supporting small businesses. So, yeah. Now, how do you feel that Sheree has influenced your life musically as an artist?
Well, I always tease her and tell her that she's not human. I think her voice is amazing. And for years, I have been asking her to let me sing background for her. And she called me and said, you're always saying you want to sing background, but I want you to sing lead. And not only was I nervous, but I was super honored that she asked me to be a part of her project. And it was a really great experience. A learning experience for me, but also just being able to be mentored and coached by her during the session was really amazing.
One of the things that this song is kind of like quickly becoming a woman's anthem,
right?
Because here's the interesting thing: my mentor coming up was one of the original horn players for Earth, Wind & Fire, Alexander Thomas. And he was actually he was also my music director when I was with Capitol Records. We are, he's another big brother. We are very good friends to this day. And so a year before I got my album with Capitol Records, he and I started writing this song. And we wrote it. What we had written, we went and we recorded it, and it was he and I singing it as a duet. Well, when this project, I started working on the project, I thought about that song and the lyrics and what the lyrics were saying, and I was saying this would be perfect with this album. So, but what I would like to do is to sing it as a duet with another woman. And it'll be so awesome to do it with another young adult woman. And I thought about Patrice because I already knew her chops. I already knew how she sounded. She sang briefly in the young adult choir that I briefly conducted or directed at my church. And so, and I thought, so I went back to Alex and I said, Alex, let's finish this song. And we finished it. And then I called Patrice. And she came in, and so instead of he and I doing it as a duet, she and I do it, and so it's a thing. At the very end of the song, you hear the lyric and the vocals saying, as sisters all over the world, we can make it. So it's about that sisterhood, which is what this book is about, and the stories are about. Although it also goes to it applies to men too. I love men. I love my husband. And I think men are wonderful, but this particular project is about the sisterhood.
I think men are wonderful too. I concur.
I agree with you all too.
All right.
Well, of course, Cliff is
women
going to
are
agree.
I'm glad
he
y'all
thinks
feel
women
that
are
way.
wonderful.
I'm glad y'all,
That's all
y'all should
right.
feel that
All
way.
right. And so the thing that's special about this also is that this song is dedicated to her story that's going to be coming out of it.
In the book. This is amazing project with the book, also with the music. I look forward to it.
And people can get all of this, right? Apple Music.
Yeah, where can they get the music
You
at
can
right
go.
now?
You can go to iTunes, Apple
Music.
the platform, Spotify.
Mm-hmm.
You can also go to Dusty Grooves in the States.
Mm-hmm.
You can go online to it's a record store in Chicago, but they have an online store. It's www.dusty, D-U-S-T-Y, groove, GROOVE.com. You can go there and you can actually order the actual CD, which is great because then you'll have Charles Bibb's art, that's on there too.
So you can order the hard copy CD from them. Is that what you're telling us?
Yes, the hard copy CD.
With the
physical
artwork.
CD.
So they not only sell yours, but that you can get other artists too there. Because I'm feeling something there. Because I'm getting ready to call them and.
His is Big Red Productions. Ignore him.
Because the reason I'm saying that, Sheree, is because we're getting ready. That's the lead into what we're getting ready to do right now is our Dusty of the Week. Now, what better way to sponsor somebody? We already do a Dusty of the Week, and it's brought to you by SoCal Magazines. You follow where I'm coming from? Okay.
Yeah.
And the Dusty of the Week is SoCal Magazine.
And for those people who don't know what Dusty of the Week is, our Dusties are always the records that you have to go in your grandmother's basement or your mother's basement and dig out and blow the dust off. Ones you haven't heard in a long time, they crackle when the needle hits it.
And just giving homage to those artists that came before us and just doing our research as we do. But SoCal Sweet Light Digital Magazine. You can get it online today, and it's featuring Melina Moy. And Melina Moy is today another great left-handed guitarist has been on the show, and they're featured in their edition of Women's Month. She did an article. So pick it up again on SoCal SweetLife.com digital magazine.
Which they also feature us in every week.
Well, we have an ad in there.
Yeah.
Right, there you go.
There you go.
And they have a great list to send out, over 75,000 subscribers. So every week they send it out for us so people can listen to the show. As we continue here on We Love Rare Grooves, our Dusty of the Week, what you got for us, DJ DeVoe? Our Dusty of the Week is going to be Elizabeth Cotton. And she not only played the guitar, but she also played the banjo. So DJ DeVoe, let's get a little sample of the Dusty of the Week. I don't get my noise no more. I don't get my coughing. I don't get it. Where's my props for the Dusty of the Week? There's one.
I'm going to play Freight Train, and I'm going to play it in the style of cotton picking style. That's with two fingers. This finger and that one, and my thumb. That's two fingers, see. And when you play with three, it's ragtime style, but I'm going to play this in cotton picking style. Freight train runs so fast. Freight train runs so fast. Please don't tell what train I'm on. They won't.
So you talking about a Dusty, Elizabeth Cotton, born in 1893, a true definition of an innovator. She was from Chapel Hill, North Carolina, and she began teaching herself how to play the banjo
Porter,
at the age of 8.
Wow.
And she saved up her money and got her first guitar for $3.75. It was a Sears guitar, and she taught herself, and she was another one of those left-handed guitars. She's most recognized as song is called Freight Train. So that was our Dusty of the Week.
Your little women's history there.
Yes, as we're doing Women's History Month, we've celebrated a lot. Sister Rosetta Thorpe today.
Yeah. And what was the one we got cut off on?
Oh, Barbara Lynn.
With the choir.
That was Rosetta. Yeah, that was
we
Rosetta.
Got cut off on that one, yeah.
We had Barbara Lynn on tonight. Also, we had the Lady Duchess, the one we seen with Bo Diddley. She was putting it down. She played for Bo Diddley for about 6 years. And we had some others that we were going to share, and they'll be shown a little later in the show. As we do here on We Love Rare Grooves, we want to thank you from the bottom of our hearts to come in and let's do your latest release on our show. But as we do here on We Love Rare Grooves, we want to present to all our guests to come on from the show, from DJ DeVoe, DJ Red, Robert A, Shantini, Pretty Tony, and myself. And I think you have it behind you, the We Love Rare Grooves Award. And congratulations on your latest CD release. And as the producer keeps saying, look into the camera, I want to look at you, but here we are. Thank you so much. I know you've been here before, but we cherish giving these awards to our guests.
Thank you so much.
And we'd like to see that you're not using it as paperweight. I see that you have it up there with all your other
No,
awards.
I have it with my awards. I do not use it as a paperweight. I cherish that award.
Yes.
There was a couple little shout outs that I wanted to give, but I didn't know what you had next.
Go ahead.
Give your shout outs, and then we're gonna I just gotta close out with my favorite. You know what that is, dude. You know which one that is. We talked about. I'm just gonna close out with it, but give out the shout out to all the some other folks on there, and then we'll thank your
Yeah. Okay, I wanted to do that because I want folks to really go and check this out. You know, when you have a baby in its birth, this is the project. It's like a baby. You want it to share with everyone. And so that's half of it. The other half is getting it into the hearts and the hands and the ears and the homes of those so that they can enjoy it as much as I'm hoping and believe that they will. I wanted to shout out to Lance Bernard Williams, who directed the I Choose Love music video.
This didn't cut off?
Also a cinematographer, and he's pretty big time. And he did a great thing. He said, I'll work with you. I'll make it like it's $1 million music video. There's my daughter is involved with a song called Spirit. And in the opening of the show, there's an instrumental that's part of a song that my son did, and Steve Barry Cohen and myself finished writing it with him. Lanicia Vignier, the song Do I Really Do? That's dedicated to her story, coming soon. Now, Sarah, my niece, has an older sister named Ryan Pins, and she is featured on a song that she co-wrote with me and Steve Barry Cohen called Sorry About Being a Ghost. It's awesome. And they have a younger brother named Kevin Thomas, and he co-wrote a song that he is featured on, and he is amazing male vocalist. We wanted to have a song that a male was singing to affirm a woman. And Victoria Gichowi is the one who's telling the story. That song is dedicated to her. I mentioned Michaela Elizabeth. She plays the oh my gosh, you have to hear it. She plays the ukulele. So she's doing that song and her story. And I think I think that's there is a song. Oh my gosh, there is a song called Get Up Stand that I co-wrote. It was a collaborative effort for sure. It was very, it just happened spontaneously in the recording studio with all the musicians I was recording with. So they are all co-writers on it, but it was featuring two wonderful upcoming female singers, Sean Moore and Rosalind Smith. And the story, that song is dedicated to Sean's story. And it's also Marcus Paul singing and I'm singing.
So what's the total number of songs?
It's so much. Conway Recorders, a special thank you to them because they allowed me to come into their recording studio 40 years later.
Wow.
We did some of the filming of the kids in the I Choose Love video in their studio. And then the background vocals, Naila and I did it on Beautiful Girl, and the background vocals for I Take a Walk with Love, Marcus Paul and I did in the studio. Now, and I was sitting there in the same Studio A as I was in 40 years ago, and worked there. Worked with Patrice Rushen in that studio. Worked with Sarita Wright in that studio. So
what's the total number of songs that you have on the record?
Oh, I'm glad you asked that, girl. So
I
see,
got you.
Shantini.
Yes,
So what?
Shantini.
So there's 16 songs. One of them is a bonus. So there's a song, "Spirit," that I co-wrote with Maya and Marcus Paul, and Maya is featured on it. So when we were in the studio, they had this awesome grand piano at Conway Recording Studios in Hollywood, California, and they said that when Alicia Keys comes to town, she only wants to record on that piano. So they were just in the studio messing around. Marcus Paul was playing it on the grand, and Maya was singing it, and I said, let's just capture it. Let's get it right now. And so that version is called Spirit Live. It's just the two of them, and we have a video that'll be coming out for it also. So there's 16 songs, and that 16th song is a bonus track. It is that live version.
Right.
And one of the reasons before COVID hit, some folks said, well, we were being counseled about certain things, consulted, and they were saying, well, it's a long album. Why don't you do a few EPs where you have so many, break it down. So I said, okay, let's do that. And so it was actually a entertainment magazine, and they know what they're talking about. And so after the COVID hit, I called him back and I said, yeah, I'm thinking we might break it up and do EPs. And he says, no. He said, I don't feel that way anymore. He said, things have changed now since COVID has approached us. And so I thought about it also because after COVID, it's like, why would I wait? I want everybody to hear everything that I've been working on for the last 3 years.
Right.
Not wait and save it for later. So
Right.
for you to ask that's why it's that long.
Right.
And, nothing's promised to us. And so it's just, it just makes it that more special.
Well, I sure do appreciate you choosing We Love Rare Grooves to talk about your music and go into depth with it. The show, we will have the show in its entirety after we do our magic Hollywood editing. And it will be on YouTube Live, which we broadcast our YouTube channel. And it'll be We Love Rare Grooves. It'll be on our Facebook.
And you can post it on your website. So we will have it all.
Sure.
We're going to do some editing for it. So and hopefully you'll be able to do a CD release party because that's what we were trying to make this into, the actual CD release party.
But hopefully when COVID is over, we can all get together and actually do a
proper
release.
Yes,
for you
that's
and
the
play
plan.
Yes.
And thank you for hosting me. I you all are wonderful.
I appreciate through the technical difficulties that we had tonight going to another studio, but we do want to have people know that coming up shortly, October 8th to the 11th, will be the Mazatlan Jazz Festival 2021. So the dates are locked in for October 11th. The current lineup will be Peter White, Huge Groove, Marion Meadows, Johnny Britt, DW3, just to name a few, and the one and only Don Bell. Festival will be held at the Pablo Bonita Emerald Bay Resort in tropical Mazatlan, Mexico.
Good job.
So you can go to MazatlanJazzFestival.com, sign up for the newsletter, and have more information, and follow us here on We Love Rare Grooves as we will have more information. So in closing, we want to thank all your guests for coming on tonight, Patrice, Nala,
so much.
And am I missing anybody? Charles Bibbs. And
I know. Can you believe we had Charles Bibbs on the show?
We had Charles Bibbs on the show.
And he hung with us through all the technical difficulties.
Now, I know you have 16 songs on there, but I'm sorry. I have a favorite, and I know it's a remake, but Friday night, I couldn't. When I listened to it, when you really listen to it, it's just it's hard to remake Minnie Riperton. So, hey, what can I say? I enjoyed this. Was when she was with the what is it? The Rotary Club. Rotary Connection. I say Rotary Connection.
I thought you were going to say.
So we're going to close out.
It was her first solo album and was produced by Charles Stepney.
Yes, because we played this several times throughout the years on our show. But we want to share your version of it tonight as we close out. We want to thank all our listening audience all over the globe for continuing to join us here on We Love Rare Grooves every Monday night, as we do it at 8 p.m. next week. We welcome to the Groove Studio, still celebrating Women's History Month with the fabulous Nikki Harris, the daughter of Gene Harris, known for being on tour with Madonna, and we're going to share some of, again, the ones that we stood on the backs on. We're going way back, finding the jazz artists that you should be surprised about, and all the way till now. So tune in as we do every Monday night.
Oh, I also wanted to say, I just noticed, Miss Porter, we have a lot of friends in common, which we can talk about that off air, but I just noticed that on here. But yes, so
what you do?
Oh,
You stalk her Facebook
Oh, I
page?
like to
already?
stalk people's Instagrams. If
Okay.
it's a fellow musician, you gotta stalk. Of course, that's about supporting women's history.
I stalk for other reasons.
Well, we know that. Well, gosh, ever since they kicked him out of orchestra, he just stalks women musicians for other reasons. But we want to thank our sponsors, Beverly Boys,
Lifestyle Imports,
our restaurant Serving Spoon.
The Spoon was coming back.
Oh, the Spoon. Oh, well, yeah.
Mazalon Jazz Festival.
Yes.
And
follow us on our Instagram. Follow us on our Twitter. Follow us on Facebook. Follow our YouTube channel. Again, this show will be in its entirety. Also, follow us on Apple Podcasts and iHeartRadio. The audio version of this show will be available on those platforms. So those of you who like to listen in the car, so you can catch the show in its entirety on those platforms.
As we do every Monday night, same groove channel, same groove time with DJ DeVoe, DJ Reg, Robert A, Shantini, and Pretty Tony and myself. We'll have another great evening, and thank you for tuning in to We Love Rare Groove. Hey, Sheree, here we go. LaFleur, this is you, girl. Thank you. Best of luck to you on this latest release. I know it'll be wonderful.
Rejoice, for the darkness is gone. Throw off your fears, let your heart beat freely at the sign that a new time is born. That a new time is born. Yeah.
If I was a flower, I would tell the world to love more.
I tell the world to love more.